This doesn't look like a speaker, because it isn't one. At least not the kind you're used to. But it uses the same technology as the new Bugatti Tourbillon. And it sounds damn good. I wanted to see if I can design a speaker that breaks every rule. No visible speaker, no cone, no box. At first, I thought this idea was complete bullshit. Turns out, it wasn't. But here's the part you didn't expect. At the end of this video, I'm giving this speaker away. And I'm giving you the exact 3D file so you can make one yourself. It all started with the Top Gear video. Mate Rimac was talking about the technology going into the new Bugatti Tourbillon. No conventional speakers, no cones pushing air. Instead, the sound comes from a piezo elements that vibrate the entire structure of the car. Less weight, more efficiency, and according to them, better sound. That hit me hard, because years ago back in college I saw a strange concept online. A speaker made from a sheet of paper. No enclosure, no logic, just vibration. And I remember thinking, yeah, I could make that. Back then there was no AI, you didn't question everything you saw online. But no matter how deep I went, I couldn't find a real explanation for how it worked. So doubt crept in, and slowly I walked away. I went to traditional speakers, the safe stuff. And 7 years later, I see that Bugatti video. And the idea comes back. But this time I promised myself I will make it real. I opened the laptop and started digging. Yeah, I used ChatGPT, and for once it didn't just talk shit. It explained. The principle was simple. The exciter vibrates, those vibrations transfer to another surface, and that surface becomes the speaker. Suddenly everything made sense. People have been using them for years to build invisible sound systems. The only reason I missed them earlier, I was searching for speaker, not exciter. When the parts arrived, it was time to test. No design, no aesthetics, just proof. I grabbed an exciter, an old amplifier, and some wires. Since vibration here is the whole point, I needed to lift it off the ground and let the surface do the work. So I needed to design a simple bracket. Nothing pretty, just enough to answer one question. Does this actually work? I scanned the exciter using my phone. No fancy equipment. Photos from every angle. I checked the measurements, matched them to the real part. If that step is wrong, everything else is pointless. I modeled the bracket. Printed it. And then I tested it. And wow, I didn't expect this. I was ready for it to sound flat, sharp, thin, no bass, especially since I was using basic scrap cardboard I had lying around. But this was a real deal.
I'm on a love deadline. Gotta make it to you.
That moment flipped the switch. The inspiration exploded.
Time is ticking.
Ideas just kept flowing.
Always been a big.
From one sketch to another, experimenting with forms, the mounting of the exciter, the shape of the vibrating disc.
I need to take it.
Do I want it subtle or loud? Sharp or soft? The options felt endless.
I feel tonight, but I just can't wait. I need to get through to you before it's too late. I'm on a love deadline. I gotta make it before I lose your eyes upon you. I got a one-way ticket and I won't even late. Can't satisfy my soul until I have it my way. So now I'm on a love deadline.
But in the end, I made a decision. The speaker would be built from two main parts, the body and the vibrating disc. For the body, I chose a fluid, subtle, three-legged form with the exciter slightly tilted in the center. And the disc, since sound is vibration, and the entire surface produces the sound, I wanted that feeling to exist even when the speaker is turned off. But we'll get to disc design in a moment. As we know, paper can handle anything. So it was time for 3D. But for this part, I needed some help. Coffee and the big guns. 3D modeling always the fun part, watching the product slowly take its final form. Here's the disc I mentioned earlier. I modeled it to resemble ripples in the water. One of a few ways we can actually visualize vibration. Now quickly prepare it, slice it, send it to the print. I couldn't wait to see it for a reel. "20 hours later, the first prototype was ready. A bit of assembly and yeah, this was it. For the final model, I went with the transparent book. One reason was simple: I wanted to emphasize that there's no big speaker hidden inside. Just physics, nothing else. The second reason, I'm a sucker for a transparent iMac era. Unfortunately, I can't print transparent parts from my FDM printer, so I reached out to the best guys in town, 3D Republic. Professional, fast, and affordable. The time came, the final product arrived, a couple of screws, and the speaker was ready to groove. Now, as you made it to the end, here's how you can get one for yourself. I'll give the 3D files to people who follow and subscribe. But here's the challenge. Redesign the legs, redesign the disc, mount it your way, and tag me. I want to see what you came up with. The links are in the description below. Making videos like this takes so much time, so if you like them, you know what to do. Hit that like, share and subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!